Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Dismissed Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo fled the country on July 18. During her privileged speech in the Senate, Senator Hontiveros revealed the documents proving that Guo flew to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, using her Philippine passport. She also claimed that Guo eventually went to Singapore and met with her family. Hontiveros suspects that someone from the government helped her get out of the country.
Who allowed this travesty to happen? Sinong may kagagawa nito? Hindi makakaalis si Alice Guo kung walang tumulong sa kanya ng mga opisyales ng pamahalaan. Para tayong ginisa sa sarili nating mantika.
In response, Guo's lawyer, attorney Stephen David, insisted that his client is still in the Philippines. He said he would have known if Guo fled to another country amid her ongoing legal battles.
Wala, kasi kung out of the country siya, gusto ko maging totoo siya sa akin. Kasi nga, para magawa ko kung anong susunod na hakbang, di ba? Kasi hindi ko naman siya pwedeng pigilin kung gusto niya lumabas, di ba? Sino ba ako? Pero at least kung alam ko nasa ibang bansa siya, at least alam ko kung anong next step na gagawin ko.
Well, as mentioned, Alice Guo's lawyer, attorney Stephen David, maintains that the dismissed mayor is still in the Philippines amid rumors that she's already fled to Malaysia. And here's an excerpt from his interview on Storycon.
Kasi una-una, hindi naman ako makapag-comment kay Senator Risa kasi kung ano yung kanyang statement, kung meron naman siyang basis doon, siya nakakaalam doon. Pero ako, as far as I'm concerned, ako, pinapaniwalaan ko naman na nandito sa Pilipinas si Mayor Alice for 3 reasons. Number one, katatapos lang niya mag-under oath sa isang abogado na sinasabi niya na nandito siya sa Pilipinas. Kung hindi totoo yun, ang laking problema nung nag-certify na yun, di ba?
Abogado.
Number two, ako, malakas naman ang tiwala ko sa ating immigration. Alangan namang hindi nila malaman kung lumabas siya ng Pilipinas o hindi. Makukuha yun pag lumabas siya sa airport pa lang. Tapos number three, siyempre yun ang assurance sa akin ng aking kliyente na nandito siya sa Pilipinas. Mahirap naman na sabihin kong nagsisinungaling siya kung sa harap-harapan sinasabi niya na nga na nandito siya sa Pilipinas.
Yes, sir. Sir, we understand, sir, completely what you're saying. Of course, you're the lawyer, so if she tells you where she is, then of course you have to take that as the truth. Pero sir, I have to ask you this. Number one, ang sabi niyo kasi nag-oath siya sa abogado sa kanyang affidavit. Pero sir, hindi ba maraming mga notaryo na magnotaryo kahit wala doon yung kanilang kliyente. I mean,
It happens.
It happens a lot. I can tell you, it happens. I'm sure you also don't know that. That's number one. Number two, sir.
Hindi ako notary
Yes, sir.
Ako kasi hindi ako notary public. So, hindi ko alam kung nangyayari yon. Pero siguro nga, posible naman na nangyayari yon. Pero kung ako naman yung abogado, ganito ka-controversial yung tao, alam nga namang itataya mo yung pagkatao mo, pagka-abogado mo, at saka yung peace of mind mo, kapayapaan mo, na magpipirma ka sa isang notaryo na hindi naman kumarap sa yung tao.
Sir, kasi...
diba, mahirap naman yun.
I understand, sir.
Siguro mahalaga na malaman natin yung abogado na yun para mapadisbar natin kung sakali.
Kasi sir, maraming notaryo, sir.
Mahirap naman kasi mag-conclude na ipadisbar ka. Kung totoo namang nandito sa Pilipinas.
Hindi, kung sakali nga, attorney, kung sakali nakalabas na si Alice at alam nung notaryo yun, pwede siya madisbar, di ba?
Well, kung hindi humarap sa kanya yung tao at tinotaryo niya, hindi naman disbar, yung madisciplinary siya. Pwede siyang masuspende or mapenaan. Mahirap yung disbar kasi parang death penalty yan .
Meantime, the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOK, has confirmed that Alice Guo entered Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on July 18. In an interview with The Big Story, PAOK spokesperson Winston Casio said their Malaysian counterparts reported that Guo arrived in Kuala Lumpur from Indonesia. However, Malaysian officials said this is just based on their records and they have no physical confirmation if Guo indeed entered their country. Some senators suspect that Guo left the country through a chartered flight. Casio called the government to look into the process of chartered flights. He said past criminals successfully fled out of the country through this mode of flight.
In the past, unscrupulous individuals or individuals who have criminal records in the country have been able to leave via this mode. So this is one area that we in the government should be able to look at because this is a how they say it, a black eye on all of us if indeed she has left the country.
The World Health Organization, or WHO, opposed travel restrictions in preventing the spread of mpox. In their first meeting regarding the upsurge of mpox cases, WHO recommended nations to refrain from imposing travel-related health measures like screening, testing requirements, or vaccination. Instead, they push authorities and healthcare providers to inform travelers with relevant information about mpox to protect themselves from the illness. WHO also reminded individuals to refrain from exposing themselves to others if they are suspected to have mpox. AdCom2 Executive Director Carol Marquis discusses the possible solutions to the country's learning gap. And here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
Can you tell us, based on your year one report, what seems to be the top 3 problems that are actually actionable? Because sometimes when you think about it, you kind of get analysis paralysis. Kasi ang daming problema. But what are actionable for now?
I think 3 things that we have updates on already in the work we've done in the past 1.5 years. The first is teachers. Our teachers could not teach because they're saddled with so many other responsibilities. When you go down to the ground to talk to teachers, they say, "Sir, we cannot teach. We're handling gulayan sa paaralan. We're doing school-based feeding program. They go to the markets. They cook.
They have
do
a lot of paperwork.
They have to weigh students to check their weights. They have to be the ones to check for 4-piece attendance, everything. So they could do everything but teach. And second is that the data that we found in our teachers is that 64% of them teaching high school did not finish the course that they're now teaching. And so how do you teach something you yourself do not understand fully well? Which aligns with the data we found in 2016, that there was a World Bank study that tested them based on the content knowledge of teachers on lessons that they teach themselves. Most of them scored 30% low 30%, as low as 30% in those same assessments that they administer to their students, so teachers. The second is textbooks. In our year one report, it's about 400 pages long. But the text, we found out that once we collected all of the data from DepEd, that in the past 10 years, only grade 5 and 6 students had complete textbooks for all subjects. Everyone else had a sprinkling of 1 or 2 textbooks, but everything else, none. Despite budget being allocated for it, 7 billion since 2018, only 900 million was utilized. And the third is lack of coordination. We cited in our year one report that DepEd, CHED, and TESTA, they sit in about 68 interagency bodies. Interagency Council on Antimicrobial Resistance, Design Advisory Council, Boy and Girl Scouts of the Philippines, but nothing specific to coordinating on education concerns. So those are the critical things that really need to be addressed, and we're glad that things are moving.
So to recap, that's 3 things.
Yes.
Teachers, textbooks, and
Coordination,
lack of coordination.
Governance,
And under
yes.
teachers, there's 2
Yes.
subgroups,
Yes.
sub-problems,
Yes.
which is number 1, teachers are saddled with too much
Yes,
to do, and
admin
number 2,
tasks.
a lot of them are not
They need-
actually trained
Yeah,
in
they
what
need
they're
to teach
teaching.
what they studied. Yeah.
And they didn't. Okay.
Is
Yeah.
Is money the solution to all of this? Is a bigger budget? Because, as you know, education
Yeah.
by law takes up the biggest chunk in our annual budget, and every year it's growing.
And it has been allocated. One, utilization needs to be fixed. We checked the data, and the 27 billion was unutilized just from DepEd resources alone in 2023. And then when you look at it, actually, in the past years, it has doubled. Our spending on education per student has doubled.
The government assures the public that they are ready for the possible impact of La Nina in the coming months. At para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal, Francis Orcio.
Nito lang Hulyo nang manalasa ang habagat na pinalakas ng bagyong Karina. At sabi ng pamahalaan, mas maging handa sila sa mga susunod na buwan para sa nagbabadyang La Nina. Lagpas taong baha ang naranasan ng pamilya ni Sharon noong tumama ang habagat na pinatindi ng bagyong Karina. Ang kinatitirikan kasi ng bahay nila sa Barangay Gulod, Quezon City ay natural na bahain dahil malapit sa Tulyahan River na umaapaw kapag nagpapakawala ng tubig ang Lamesa Dam. Kaya ngayong may nagbabadyang La Nina, iniisip na nila ang gagawin.
Sa ngayon pa lang, sa sinasabi na gano'n, parang naninervyos na ako eh. Parang hindi ko alam kung ano unahin ko, kung mag-iimpake na ba ako ngayon pag tag-ulan. Siguro, the best, mag-prepare na lang.
Ayon sa task force na nangunguna rin ngayon sa pagtutok sa papalapit na La Nina phenomenon, posibleng maranasan na ang epekto nito sa mga susunod na buwan. Kabaliktaran kasi ng El Nino ang epekto ng La Nina, kung saan sobra-sobrang buhos ng ulan ang mararanasan.
Yung projection po ng pag-aasa is 70% chance po na magsisimula ang La Nina September, October, or November. Tataas po yung possibility na although ang categorization po is weak to moderate La Nina, mafe-feel natin yon sa December, January, February. So,
tiniyak naman ng gobyerno na handa sila sa maaaring iwang pinsala ng La Nina sakaling ang mangyari ito bago matapos ang taon. Kabilang dito ang pagpapaigting sa information drive tungkol sa paghahanda sa sakuna. Naglaan din sila ng 15 billion pesos para sa NDRRMC para sa posibleng epekto ng La Nina. Plano rin daw pabilisin pa ang Comprehensive National Flood Control Plan.
dapat yung flood control plan hindi lamang pang isang rehiyon, hindi lamang pang isang probinsya, kundi pang malawakan. Dahil meron po mga nakaambang proyekto. For example, yung Parañaque Spillway Project.
Pero para kay Sharon na sanay ng binabaha, sana raw ay nakaagapay agad ang gobyerno sa mga nasasalanta ng bagyo.
Pagka mangyayari mga ganyan, yung ayuda na foods, number one, kasi yung nauna, wala namang maasahan mga tao kasi walang trabaho. Gutom yun eh. Tapos pangalawa, yung financial.
Aminado naman ng gobyerno na mas magiging malaking hamon daw ang La Nina sa sektor ng agrikultura. Di tulad ng El Nino na pwede pang magamit ang natuyong lupa sa pagtatanim ng alternative crops. Kapag La Nina, hindi raw mapapakinabangan ang lupa kung lubog ito sa baha. Kaya umaasa ang grupo ng mga magsasaka ngayong paparating na anihan na sana ay handa agad ang tulong sakaling malugi sila mula sa mga masasayang na pananim.
What can government do? Prepare for the contingency. So pagka tinamaan yung farmer ng bagyo o pagbaha, darating ang panahon na kailangan niya magtanim uli, dapat nandun na yung support ng government.
Ika nga, ligtas ang may alam. Kaya habang maaga pa, alamin kung paano ba tayo makakatulong para mabawasan ang maaring pinsalang iwan ng La Nina sa atin. Mobile journalist Francis Orso po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Balita. We are One News.